the young players can basically just follow the leader in a sense. He'll guide them to success, so they just have to let the aim do the talking, in a sense. So I think the dynamic works. We saw it yesterday. We could very well see it today if they can put off the theoretical upset, and I put quotation fingers up with that. So yeah, we'll have to see. I think the key here is they must get off to a really good start here on Ancient.
Good counter molly by SemperFi, preventing a B rush in particular. Trying to get themselves in position. Keen gets the opener. Trade out by Chen King though. And Keen, he's definitely the player to watch out for SemperFi. It's the wide swing king, as I call him, because he can wide swing and take you out. Ali almost takes down the bomb planter in the end. Actually stops the bomb from being planted for a couple seconds. They're just trying to see if they can find any players. I think Ali saw like a helmet or something like that. And at least he buys 6 seconds of time. So that allows Shady to get in position.
That's a big gunfight. That's a big duel to win if you're elite, as they did highlight pre-game in the DMs. Valiant tries a big one to give them the deficit, as Chen King though trying to answer back. There's no kit in Savage's pocket, and Elite will just peek. Chen King with the 3k coming in clutch. And that is the start you wanted to see out of your team in FengDa. If you're a FengDa fan right now, you can relax. You can feel a little bit more comfortable. But this is the key round here, Josh. You have to cross your T's, dot your I's, and make sure you just tap away on those eco heads.
Yep. Definitely at the moment in particular with FengDa, that was actually a good setup as well. The cave player went back up to really just trade for his teammate. To Chen King there, so that was actually really good to see. Sometimes, you know, his T setups, in particular for holding side, have one at cave and one elsewhere. Pushing to A main is Buick. Oh, geez, bit of missed shots there. He's going to be punished for that as well. The 5-7 is going to get a kill, and that's a Galil recovered.
That's not how you wanted to start. You don't want to give up players. Yes, okay, they're probably not going to lose this round still, but you're losing a lot of money per rifle lost. Okay, you could lose a Mac 10, I guess. Because there's value there. You're going to get that bonus money if you do have some success with it. So, yeah, giving a Galil away.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised there wasn't the Mac 10 lurking around. Like, didn't have 2 Mac 10s, one for the lurk and the other for the other side as well, because Mac 10 is obviously very strong, especially up close and personal.
I just think it's they were just playing no risk, because if SemperFi did want to, like, I call it an ego force, where they're just going to pull it up. Yeah, okay, we didn't get that many kills. The bomb doesn't explode. But as I was saying, you know, SemperFi could have just gone, okay, well, we're better than these guys, so let's just force up, boys, you know. Let's just make something happen. So, FengDa, they buy up 4 rifles to just basically be ready for that, if that was the case. But as I said, if you are doing that, you can't afford to lose the rifle. You can lose the Mac 10. You cannot afford to lose the rifles. It's too expensive in the long run.
Exactly. You know, now they can get a bit of extra utility behind that Galil. And they're going to charge out from middle. Speed boost as well, actually. Shady trying to get directly into one strip early on. They can be careful at lane. Unfortunately, they're not push up lane. They have seen Shady Valiant's taken out. Did a bit of damage as well, but Shady's in this lane area. You can basically tell everyone, guys, there's no one here, so it's going to be an A hit. And that's where the early rotates come in as well. But I think
they want to get a move on here, though. They want to get a move on here, Josh. Because look, you see the rotations coming through now. Only one player left on B site, and even he's rotating around. But look at the bomb. Do they know? Is Elite hearing all of this information and calling it out? Because look at this bomb. The bomb has just done a complete 180 U-turn straight to the other side of the map. Shady's not ready for the player to be close in red. And now suddenly, SemperFi are looking at their radars here, Josh, thinking, oh no, B site is open and they're probably on it.
I guess say overall, Cheng heard Shady's step through lane. So they're going to be like, oh, they're going to say B's clear. Keen's going to swing in. Keen takes down lead X9. Yeah, indeed. But I think the main thing of reason why they switched up from A to B is because Shady was clearing out B. Cheng would have heard him step. Because you see, he made noise halfway through and Cheng was right by the door. And I think Cheng's like, hey guys, let's go to B instead, because we've made a lot of presence towards A. We've taken middle. We can flip this around on them in particular, and SemperFi might over-rotate, and that's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, and SemperFi, they need to be careful with that. They don't want to be making that mistake too much because it's just not worth the gamble. You just trust your anchor to at least get one. Maybe he makes a play and gets a 2K, and you get a positive 2-for-1 trade, which is what you want in some rounds out of your anchor players on BNA sides. So I think they just need to trust the anchors. It's that simple. Just don't over-rotate. Trust that your man on the site's going to get a couple kills for you. And just hold your lane and stay patient. Right now, though, FengDa have come to play. We had some question marks around why FengDa have potentially picked Ancient for some reason, but so far they look good.
And SemperFi, as they say, free guns, they can buy right up again. That's what I'd like to do once again. I'm going to say FengDa do like this fake execute. In fact, it's going to go straight out to A. Straight contact players would have been all been flat. KK's big friend as well. Can they hold on? They all line up at Valiance, and Valiance got all three. Beautiful start. I'm going to say just walking into the utility didn't help him at all. Valiance just poking and prodding through that smoke. Another smoke being blown away, but not successfully. It's a bit too deep, and Valiance is just fourth, taking down Free GL. And he knows Free GL was somewhere in there. Now Valiance is definitely on for an ace.
Yeah, must have been a slight fade in the smoke for Valiance to spot that head, but he's on for the ace. Is he going to get it, though? I'm not too sure. I don't think there's much reason for SemperFi to push this player. Is it worth losing, you know, over $4,000 worth of money when your balance is on 0? Probably not. So.
Yep, and also not to mention your teammates can just buy up anyway. The 1.4k and Cheng GL they buy up. Also, I was meant to mention as well that round in particular, Ali very crucial there in particular. Also, the late nade setup as well. It kept FengDa just there for an extra 1 or 2 seconds. With Valiance to just really just spray bullets down there. The M4A1S picked up that 3k. And they were all lined up as well because they were trying to spread out on site, but they spread horizontally. So from Valiance's POV, they're all lined up.
That is what I like about Alistair and the way he plays. A lot of AWPers, you know, I'm not going to name names and put people on blast. That'll be wild. But you do get a lot of AWPers that do tend to have a bit of self-centeredness in a way, even when they don't have the AWP in their hand. Ali is a guy who, you know, if he's not got the AWP, he'll more than happy be the team player. He'll more than happy, you know, play that role that no one wants to play in a sense. He wanted to get this AWP out. I hope for his sake he gets it soon because we all know how good he is with the gun.
I think in this instance, you're just gonna go for the rifles because next round they can half buy if they lose. They can pull out the MP9s and M4s if they want to. Also, here's another classic Marek timeout. You know, try and ice. Don't want to give SemperFi too much momentum. So
that felt like a late call as well.
Yeah.
That felt like a timeout called with like 4 seconds on the clock. You know what I mean? Using every single second here. Marek. It could potentially be for good reason. It could take 30 seconds to just let's go over the play, remember this, the key parts of the play, and let's go. So yeah, we'll see how FengDa come out off the timeout, those ATOs. In my opinion, just don't get spoken about enough. Like, it's crazy how many of the elite teams win round percentages are after the timeouts.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
completely butchered explaining that, but like Vitality, I think they have like an 85% round win rate after timeouts.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
SemperFi very aggressive as well. They picked off Lead X9 early on. He couldn't even cross towards middle, and SemperFi didn't even win the middle duel. Keen being mollied out. Keen's gonna go up closer now. He doesn't want to get wall banged. Going for this B execute is FengDa. They're slowly calling around SemperFi. SemperFi losing a lot of ground, but fortunately, flash in allows them to check cave once again. And Shady's going to drop back, in particular Keen, trying to get that cave control. Very important in particular, otherwise just get crunched on site.
Yeah, they seem to think there's a flank here. A 3G, I don't know if it's just like he's covering it because there's nothing he really needs to do. But I don't really understand the pause. Are they waiting for this flank to potentially come through?
Yeah, I think they're flank thinking about it as well. Even the player at their doors, he's looking towards T spawn. He's thinking there's a flank on.
Here
He's
we go.
convinced. Oh, Savage, he's definitely going to be pushed upon here. They know he's here. They've heard the smoke. Now Keen's got, can't get one at all. They know where Savage is as well. Shady at the back of side as well. He's been smoked off. They're going to try and plant this off. It should be an easy plant there. Nothing should be visible.
Well, that's a big fight though. Alistair, yes, he doesn't have the AWP. It's only an M4A1S, but he's making it talk. His game for him. FengDa, they get the plant, but now SemperFi seem to have found some answers early. And, well, if you are on the T side, for me on Ancient, especially in the last 3 months, Josh, I would say it's pretty 50-50 in a way. I feel like I see so many 6-6 halves on Ancient nowadays, so it doesn't really matter what side you start on. FengDa, they got off to a good start here, but as I said, SemperFi seem to have worked out what they're doing.
Yeah, overall, the big thing in particular is just have a very, very good map control or basis of getting your map control. I mean, we've seen middle being fought for so much between both these teams. And now, funnily enough, the round winner there was Ali, as you said before. You know, the flank eventually did come for FengDa, but FengDa weren't paying attention when the flank did come, and Ali gets, clears out the cave control, and that's just hopeless. You just can't defend a bomb site without cave, unfortunately. And FengDa just slowly whittled down by the backside players. Charged in, and that's Shady, because Shady's unfortunately good control by Keen and Savage. They're able to just fend off these Tech 9s. I've got to say, that was a good round, considering they were caught on the feet that, they were not ready for it.
That timing was actually insane. Like, both teams had flashes set up, and as soon as SemperFi said, okay, go, 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 they literally peeked into FengDa's flash because they threw a flash half a second earlier. Luckily, SemperFi only lose 2, because that looked like at one stage it could have been a lot worse. Now we're tied up 3-3. Could be anyone's round here.
Exactly, with Shady as well. Like, Shady was the main point of call, and he was completely full flash, and went down for nothing. And I mean, it's great work from Keenan and Savage to really recreate, just basically reinstate control, because they had to. They can't let that Tech 9 go willy-nilly.
One thing I've noticed as well is FengDa don't seem too confident in mid like they used to, but they're going to take matters into their own hands in Jaguar as well. That's a crucial part of the B side of that taken. 3Joe needs to be careful, he's going to be pushed out here. Opponent seems to think he's really weak. Savage, a bit too desperate to make that kill completely drop. As Valance is falling, every single kill in the kill feed so far is FengDa's. And now it's Alistair and Shady to pretty much save at this point, or gamble that somehow FengDa decide to come into their side. So I don't think FengDa are really planning on going B anytime soon.
Yeah, I think this is a safe call in particular. They've got money for next round. They even can get that AWP out. And I think, like I say, I think FengDa are aware of that. They do have money. They've won 3 rounds in a row. Now Chen King looking for his last few plays. He does catch Alistair there.
He's in trouble. There is no way FengDa do not clear this position. There is no way.
Yeah, he's got to fight for it here. Shady's heard it at least.
They want to save the money. They don't want the kill. They're not too desperate. Or are they? I don't know. Like, you could lose one rifle. It's not the end of the world. To risk losing one rifle to absolutely crush the CT buy, I think it's worth. And there you go. Chen King thinks so as well. Tough round to take there if you're SemperFi. You were on a 3-round streak, but because FengDa have done so well and getting the kills on the half buys and the ecos, SemperFi are about to be broke.
Yep. I think timeout's been called here as well. I think they're going to negotiate this buy. I think an MP9 can be chucked over and no, actually, never mind. Valent, they can buy more M4s. I don't know why I thought things had one of them had to buy an MP9. I just realized they all have 7k, so it's just done. They can buy everything. Actually, a few nades missing. I wonder if they can be chucked around.
With that, by the way, I'm not a fortune teller. When I say SemperFi are about to be broke, I mean if they lose
If they
if
lose
they
this
lose
round,
the
they will
round,
be.
they're
But
about
yeah,
to be right. You understand what I'm
yeah.
saying, right?
Yeah, they've won 3 rounds in a row, and you know that second round in particular, like that could have been a lot worse, as you said, but they won. Ooh, they're rushing B because that's free mid control. They're gonna completely ignore everything here. They're gonna go straight towards B.
Oh.
P5P's basically seen one at the back, and they're gonna charge on that B side. It's gonna be instantly retake. Now Savage, he's gonna have to be defending it by himself. Molotov's been thrown anywhere. They're trying to make sure he has nowhere to move. Smoke's been blown up as well. Valiance and Savage got 1 each at the moment. Savage eventually gets taken out because there's like 5 players around him. Flashbang goes in. They don't check the back lines. They've got to check these back lines, surely. Duke's going to have a free 2k here. Oh no, he doesn't. He fumbles it. Doesn't keep the line. And they know where Lead X9 is. I don't think they're aware that he's in the back lines.
Yeah, they know he's here somewhere. Oh. They take the fight. Good. It was looking a bit scary there. When they don't clear the guy in short cubby, you start to fear the worst for SemperFi, because that would have been absolutely brutal. But they do answer. And that was a huge round. As we said, they would have been broke if they all dropped and lose that round. And, of course, they would be sitting here 5-3 down. So, look, this one's neck and neck. I'm loving the way this game has started. As I predicted so far, I guess I've been kind of right. This does seem very close, or much closer than what the books odds are saying in this game. But again, as we said yesterday, it's crazy that they were considered that far apart of house bets.
King gets the opener. Oh, he's not going to be punished either. Bit surprised that P5P doesn't punish that. Doesn't try to go for the spray. But only 1 to mid this time. I can say for SemperFi, they need to establish that Molotov on ramp. Because FengDa, they were about to abuse it once again and just run through it. Because they were almost successful on disrespecting that smoke on ramp and getting the kills that they needed. Keen very close now. Got the opening pick, Keen. And he's eager for a bit more. Again, flash in. We've seen the player close by. Gets a second. Basically traded out. Can Keen trade out for his teammate? He can't. He's going to have to drop back. Oh, jeez. Keen missing a lot of shots. So he has to reload. He's down for the count. It's just all up to Savage at back of side. Alien's taken out by the AWP at ramp. And this is all falling apart here. Now, Ali's on the flank. And the AWP's not the gun for it. Well, the USP isn't the gun for it either.
Yeah, and they're going to start wondering where Savage is.
Oh,
but that's a key, crucial shot there from Alistair. If he hits that, round on. If he misses it, well, as you can see, the round's over. And I think, with all due respect to Alistair, he holds himself to high standards. He would love to have that one back, Josh.
Yeah, definitely. I think the big mistake overall is just Keen. He needs to punish that in particular. He had a few opportunities there. He had 3 bites of the cherry. Just couldn't secure any of them. So he's getting a bit annoyed at himself. Because otherwise, the Alistair flank doesn't really matter if Keen gets those kills there. He's not going to be too happy about that. We're going to say FengDa overall, they punish those mistakes. And that's a good thing about FengDa. They punish those mistakes. They've gone to the side, got the bomb planted, and let SemperFi, kill themselves up, basically. Or trip over themselves. This could be a timeout, but this could also be a force buy as well. Because it's a double eco, but like...
Well, it's not a double eco if they eco now without really buying much. But the fact that their loss bonus is only 1,900, I mean...
Look at the kit too, so... Yeah, just only buy a few upgrade pistols and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely slipped my mind I had a kit on Savage. Savage picked one up as he saved. Actually, I was talking about this as well. Savage has definitely improved.
Savage.
Yeah, as a player.
Yeah, he's just been a grinder. Like, he's still really young in a sense in terms of playing career. And I feel like I've been casting for a very long time.
Turning it back around at the worst possible time, unfortunately, Alistair there. He's probably not too happy about that. Lost the AK there. Free GL. Bit too much airtime from Shady there. It's going to be 6 rounds for FengDa, and FengDa at least 5.5 or get the 6 rounds that they need. Maybe we could go on a bit of tech issue here as well, since Keen's DC. Oh, not Keen,
Hopefully,
sorry. Not Keen. Alistair's
Alistair.
DC. Yep.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a quick restart of the program. But that being said, I'm not saying that this is intentional by any means here, by the way. Because obviously land it's a different story, but it's probably a good time for Alistair to quickly just have a restart so they can just talk about how the end of this first half's going to go down. Because again, you know, they have if they're committing for the buy here, well, they're going to be pretty minimal buy in the last round. So it's going to probably be MP9s and for Mars, or maybe one player gets M4 dropped over and in exchange for like a Deagle or something.
I got a bit of an update Wix as well. You know, they had a talk with Ben, the owner of SemperFi as well. You know, asked him the same questions I asked Keen pre-game. And he's pretty much saying, you know, big teams, they're watching out for teams rather than players. They've been scrimming against a lot of top Asian teams. So you talked about grinding with Savage. Well, they're definitely grinding as a team.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. And after casting Savage for a while now, and obviously I can't remember where the first team where he was.
LFO, Dire Wolves. I'm not sure.
Dire
One of those teams.
Dire Wolves. Yes, that's the one.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know he's been playing at the top of AUCS for this whole time now. You know, but
Ali gets the opening pick in middle. So in that line, just protecting Catwalk. And Shady. Just looking towards triple, and Keen's got KO control as well. Chen King actually took a lot of damage from the utility. Ali with another fly swatter. But should be traded out by Chen King. It is, but Shady's just like, no, we're going to keep that 2-man advantage, so buzz off.
yeah. And
But they've gone to 8 for 3.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. I'm not sure. Was that through the corner of the wall? That's brutal. Unlucky, I guess. Valiance is not missing right now. That's his 11th of the half, Josh.
Yep. And he's the A-side anchor.
Yeah, this is not meant to be happening. This doesn't happen to A anchors, like, ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like I say, rule, both Valiance and Free GL wallbanged each other, headshot. And they like both players have been miffed, but they didn't get the kill there.
Maybe they both shot a shot, the bullets ricocheted off each other, completely perfectly backwards, and it was friendly fire.
We had that before, remember the grenades, where a grenade was shot mid-air? It was like a flash, but Keen gets the opening on Chen King.
Couldn't have done it if you tried.
Yep. We're gonna boost up Keen here. And that's going to make it tough for the cave player.
Yeah.
P5P's just waiting in the
if Keen doesn't get the kill, Savage just swings and it's a free trade anyway, unless his computer turns off.
Potentially. Yeah, pretty much. Just the calm before the storm at the moment, really.
And it's all this angle's also like nowhere near the first angle you clear either. And there you go. Keen gets the jump, just could not completely finish off the kill. And now they're trying to leave. Molotov makes it hard though as Savage playing the cave. And PSP doesn't respect it. Keen out of there, does take the first blow for the CTs. And Savage, low HP, he's going to have to lick his wounds because a retake might have to commence here. As Savage trying to just find that extra kill on low HP, but they're just taking space off B site bit by bit. Alistair needing to retake with an AWP. It might be a bit all desperation here. Valiant's just trying to even things up. It's 2 versus 3. 3GL not predicting, not expecting, not even considering the flank as Alistair wary of the smoke. You can see on the X-ray as Valiance continues to pierce through the T site hold. And Alistair left in the 1v1.
He can sit it. Oh no, he's not going to sit it in the end, but yeah, he just doesn't care. He's like, the bomb's not planted for Buick, so he can actually sit it. Buick can't do anything, he has to run at him. And that makes it 6-6 for the half. And we'll be back in about a 2-minute break, guys. Quick 2-minute break for half time. Get your stretch out your neck. and come back very, very shortly.
We don't do no talking round here. We don't play no games round here. We ain't never slipping round here. This another level, this one over here is very rare. We don't do no talking round here. We don't play no games round here. We ain't never slipping round here. This another level, this one over here is very rare. Rhythm got me skanking, had me feeling like I'm Fred Astaire. Bread was kinda short, but I was smelling like a millionaire. Claimed their opposition when we stepped in, they were running scared. Man, we're louding up the atmosphere. Too much chatty, too much catty. I just lit a fatty and it came from Cali. I'm already here. I was in the clouds, I don't ever take the stairs. We don't do no talking round here. We don't play no games round here. We ain't never slipping round here.
Welcome back, guys, to SemperFi versus FengDa in the ESL Pro League Season 22 Asia Close Qualifiers. We had a 6-6 even Steven half. And I gotta say, it's a bit of a bad omen for FengDa, particularly because last time SemperFi played Ancient, which was just yesterday against Alter Ego, there were 4 8 down coming off their CT side. So, and they lost 13-11, and those are the 2 rounds that they needed. So I'm getting a bit worried for FengDa here that 6 rounds may have not been enough on their T side.
Yeah, you raise a good point, and I'm not sure how the pistols panned out because, of course, pistols have a huge impact on a lot of your halves.
This is an interesting little tactic here. They're going towards A. You know, everyone forgets about the A side. It's all about the B side. Everyone loves B. The A site's never really touched upon. It's always like an afterthought. It's just like train B site. But like, if we can't get A, we'll try B. But Ancient, if we can't get B, we try A. And
yeah,
that's exactly what...
It looks like FengDa are happy to just play retake here. They are not rotating at all. And now I think it will just be a matter of get the protocols in place and let's get ready to go. They have util for this, I would imagine. Big first kill found.
I'm a bit surprised they're going for this, like a retake, given that they don't have a kit. A 5v5 pistol round of a kit, that's a risky business. And Valiance is coming in to swoop in.
Oh, that is beautiful, and that has just put this round on its head. Buick trying to do something. One player sitting on the bomb, and it's SemperFi who win the round on kills. And, well, it was looking pretty good for FengDa at one stage, and then you've seen Savage with the perfectly timed flank, and then I don't know how he found that second kill, but some way, somehow, it hit.
It was Valiance on the flank, sorry.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Savage was in the bomb, but he did get a kill as well. He did assist, you know. Basically the 1-2 punch. Once Valiant, you know, chimed in, Savage pushed forward. Perfect 1-2 punch there. Deep HE towards Catwalk. Oh, just not deep enough to get a Kobe from Keen. And they could walk onto B.
They forced.
Jeez.
That's a big first kill. But a 2-for-1 trade in favor of FengDa right now has made SemperFi come to a halt.
Yep.
With only one AK left as well on Shady. This isn't looking too good because the Galil's been dropped over to PSP. And it's a 4 versus 2. Make it 4v1. Keen has to make something work with a MAC-10. Good for him. 2 of these players are low. But he's got some players with rifles to deal with.
Jeez. That is going to sting. That's a knife in the stomach. I gotta say, Keen could have done it. A lot of these players were low, so a few MAC-10 bullets would have done it. But he just didn't get that first opportunity. At that player completely unaware at doors. If he caught that player off guard and got the player close by, maybe make a meal of it, but that didn't go their way at all. And I think SemperFi, that's a frustrating round to lose.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal if you win the pistol and lose the second round. Bit more brutal if you do it on CT side, so I guess SemperFi can take that as a very small positive.
Yeah.
Because at this stage, you just got to have positive thoughts. You are in a bit of a dogfight right now, and you can't have those negative thoughts. You know, you can't allow yourself to get frustrated. You just have to lock in. Because, I mean, with all due respect, probably individually, they are slightly better. They've had more experience. So they need to use that to their advantage as Buick is trying to hold mid from Donut, and so far so good. Alistair with a Tech 9, a Flashbang, and a Dream, because he doesn't even have the bomb. The bomb's been dropped in mid, which is being surrounded from every angle possible, and now Alistair's kind of committed to playing the big box here. If he does get some good timing, he could potentially get the kill on Buick, who is on for a 3k. Oh, 2-tapper from Ali is cheeky kill to find, but yeah. MP9 was there on the flank. That's some bonus money dropped over. FengDa back in the lead. I think the last time they led this game was 6-5, correct?
Yep.
So, yeah, it's been back and forth. SemperFi just find ways to keep tying it up, but FengDa will want to be extending that lead now.
Yep, that's all Glocks. I think overall, just get a bomb plant SemperFi, call it a day. Maybe just run it up B. Not ideal when that force buy went. The good crossfires for FengDa there, particularly between Donut and Red Room. Now they just have to find a bomb plant in particular, which is being very aggressive for B. Look at that crunch on towards B. These B players should be taken out of here. Keen and Ali. Again, it should be cleaned up, and that's exactly what they are. The flying MP9. Who are going to through to Molotov. That's a bit late, but he's still going to win these duels anyway. He is. And Buick, I gotta say, very lucky to not be on the dirt after that. Molotov was thrown a bit late, but able to recompose himself.
Yeah. And now, yeah, tactical timeout called. I was literally about to say, would love SemperFi to just slow this one down. Make sure you get the buy round that you have drawn up. Take a timeout. Take those extra seconds just to make sure everyone's on the same page, because this one starts to get out of control if you lose this one badly. Okay, if you lose the round, just make sure you're saving a couple rifles or at least something to give you a chance in the next round, because you can't afford to be losing these last few buys when you're trying to make a comeback.
Exactly, and not to mention as well, the money for FengDa is starting to pile up as well. And that mountain becomes a lot harder to climb. I mean, look at the money. They've at least got potentially 2 buys in themselves as well. So you can't whittle down their money in time to really set them on the cycle. You've got to do it now. Like, you've got to win around now. Ooh, they're showing off the boost as well towards middle. SemperFi don't engage in it. Keen's actually got himself in a really, really good position here. And FreeJail's not aware of it. And Keen's going to punish, but should be punished from lane. And somehow Keen lives. And Buick's got no one helping him as well. He does take down Keen, but Buick, He's probably going to get traded out, and he's going to get traded out. It's just such a tough position if you lose your lane or Jaguar player to cover that player that's committed to himself to catwalk. You're just hanging out, basically, or being hung out.
SemperFi slowing it down here. Don't hate it at all. You do tend to see teams who have good discipline just kind of slow things down. You've got what you wanted. You're in a good position. You got one player up. You know it could only ever be 3 players on one site at this point. So just get your execute set up. At worst case scenario, you have a 4 versus 3 exec on site. It's in your favor, and now they're going to send it. Are they going to clear Chen King, though? It doesn't look like it. They haven't even considered it. Chen King with a big 2-piece, and luckily, well, that kill comes through eventually for SemperFi, because that one, if it is converted to a 1 versus 1, Josh, that could have gone either way.
Definitely, and also not to mention as well, it was good to see that the flank was taken care of as well, just as they won the round. Like, basically, those kills happened simultaneously. The flanker was taken out as well from the CT side, trying to push Donut. I gotta say, you know, SemperFi choosing to stop and slow down there was huge, because they already got what they wanted. You know, FengDa can't set up a mid defense, can't set up a lane defense. They don't have the manpower anymore. So they can just, you know, go to A or B or whatever they're choosing. And make, you know, split FengDa up, because they've got to defend 2 sites. Oh, Keen, once again, takes care of Lead X9. And that means he can just set up a cave crunch if he wants to.
On the player he highlighted as well, when you spoke to him about this game earlier on.
Buick's trapped.
It looked like he was ready. It looked like he was prepared for that moment to happen. Maybe a high frequency where Elite makes that play where he does break the smoke on a certain time in the round.
Exactly.
You'll be surprised how frequently, you know, you see players have tendencies to do things at the exact same time in rounds. So, yeah, big find there for Keen. And look, it's completely opened up the map. Rotations having to move around and shuffle around for FengDa. And once again, Josh, SemperFi find a way to tie up this game.
Definitely, that's a really good set piece from SemperFi in particular. So Keen's kill on Lead X9 forces Buick into rotation position, so he doesn't be so aggressive on the A main entrance. And what that does in particular, especially Shady moving as well, Buick's now trapped, you know, because he knows the player's coming up from Donut. So he's completely open to the player popping out of A main, and Valiance just pings him, and that leads to this, you know, save scenario where his team can't do anything, because they're thinking it's going to be a B hit given Keen's capture of Cave early. And this is a hard one for me for Keen, because Keen's naturally an aggressive player, whether he knows Lead X9 is going to do that, or he knows most Cave players do that, or Jaguar players do that. So it's a very difficult one for me. Like, whether Keen knows how Lead X9 plays, or whether just Keen just normally does that. I'm in that dilemma at the moment.
I don't know, it just felt like he was extremely ready for it at a certain part of the round. Like,
I agree.
He 180'd, and he was like, okay, well, yeah, he's about to do it. And then within 2 seconds of him turning around and looking at Jaguar, he just did it. And he had his crosshair in perfect place, everything. So, yeah, I don't know, it kind of felt too perfect to be not pre-planned. But
exactly.
Only he will know.
Marek, again, called the timeout, once again, because that's a backbreaker of a round.
We're seeing a couple.
Yep.
FengDa taking the lead, SemperFi pulling it back, Marek calling timeouts. So the script would say, well, FengDa go 10-9 up, right? But again, this one could be anyone's round. And the fact that SemperFi have taken the full A site here, FengDa made the gamble to commit more players towards mid and B to counter a B here, and they got it wrong. A site's now going to have to be retaken. It is not the hardest site to retake as long as you have good util, some good team flashes, and everyone's on the same page. But if you have the choice, you'd rather not play the retake.
Definitely. And I haven't cleaned out, you know, Temple yet. So Temple could be a unique little crunch as well. P5P is like just chilling there. They were just thinking about it. And that's going to... Oh, never mind. But he was thinking about it, but it's going to be fairly interesting. I think they might be able to win this round here because P5P is going to activate soon, which he does, and gets almost a 2k. There's a lot of damage. The 3v2 now. Shady Savage going to play time. They're going to throw a smoke on the bomb and go for the kit, definitely. Now, will they be able to defuse it? That's the main question. Now, Shady's trying to stop it, but no, they should be able to defuse it. It'll be 10-9.
Yeah, about a second and a half left on the bomb. Close one. You know, Ancient is one of those maps where, especially with B site, you see so many times the T's are able to take the site, and then you're able to retake the site. It's one of those maps where it's very hard to hold bomb sites on CT or T, purely because you're so open to util, you're so open to flashes, and we've just seen it there in full 4K.
Once again, a lot of aggression towards middle. King gets a lot of damage on the Chain King as well.
Oh, this is...
Free GL. So you could be able to swipe
aggressive.
up. Exactly. He's just going to abandon it.
If only he knew. Uh-oh.
Hello, he's got a line here as well. Now, they should have heard that. 3GL's going to line it up. Ooh, Molotov flashbang to friend. That's a vent to cave. They can't go back in. Chain King can't win the duel against Savage. Savage's going to push his way through. Maybe try to get to the backlines as well. They do escape out of cave. We've seen the hit, and that's Lead X taken out by Keen. Buick coming in from rotating. Keen's just ready for it. Wide swing from Buick, and he gets the kill in the end. And Buick's trying to go for a bit more, spraying his entire clip, and they're going to abandon it.
Yeah, I really like that B-site variation from SemperFi. That was really nice. They just leave long open. They have Savage on the boost, just holding the long peak, ready to tap as soon as it gets swung on. And you just molly the door off. You get Ali holding the door, so you basically clear the whole of back side because he saw the play across. They knew he was there. You just smoke the pure left side of the site. You have cave smoked off. You have short smoked off. It's a free plant if you have long control held. Really nice from SemperFi.
And not to mention,
the push through that short smoke.
Exactly, I was about to mention that. Keen catching the hip and catching Lead X9 completely unaware. And
I bet that's not the first time he's got away with doing that as well.
Yeah.
I bet that play happens a lot.
Also going to mention as well, that save had to be done by FengDa. I just looked at their money, and I was like, oh, they're saving? They have a chance, and I'm just looking at the money going like, oh yeah, they can't go for this. They really can't, because that's going to give SemperFi like 12 if they did, and that's not a good idea. And once again, the icing coming in, as you call it.
Yeah, this is a big round. Yeah, I know we've still got potentially 4 rounds to play here, Josh. But as you said, I mean, FengDa lose here. Yeah, this is a 2-round. This is a 2-rounder. It's that simple. Maybe not so much for FengDa, because if SemperFi lose, they can just buy back up. It's fine.
Yeah. Still crucial round.
Yeah, this is a big pressure round. Let's see how FengDa react.
Yeah. Shady lurking. None of the main players are playing aggressive peeking out yet. The utility stream didn't do so much damage from FengDa initially. The counter utility did more damage, and that's gonna... SemperFi gonna be happy with that, even though they don't see it. And Ali's caught... Oh, that boost! It was on the boost.
But look at this. Look at this. Look at this push through A.
Yeah.
FengDa have all the info, but they have to check mid because they've heard the mid smoke. They don't know if SemperFi are going to A here. So FengDa, even though they have so much map control, they're still guessing whether it's coming B or A.
And they're scampering back now. They have to scamper back because they're like, is it coming A? Because they've smoked off Catwalk. So it's just like, oh, are they smoking us because they know we're here? Oh, FreeGL's been caught out, but fortunately lives. And they're very lucky there's not a ramp push as well. And FreeGL's just paying attention towards ramp because he's like, if they're there...
Oh, timing on PSP. Timing on PSP. That's a big one. This is a big one, folks. Right on the flank. Because they're still not going. They're still not going. Alistair has the bomb. Alistair's dead. Savage clears up. But time's ticking here as well. There's so much going on in the last 22 seconds of the round. Buick hears the flank coming. Oh, Shady losing a key fight. Chen King coming back into the site as well. Savage has to plant, but look at the HP on all of FengDa. Everyone is within 7 HP or less. Chen continues to find kills, and this is a huge last few seconds in this round. Molotov goes out. They can't even afford to take a tag. 3GL executes Keen, seals the round, and that is a huge round for FengDa to keep 3 players alive. Wow.
That's going to be a frustrating round on the demo review. I mean, like, that executes, you know, they got the flank at the perfect time. Valiance trades out, and it should be just hooly-dooly. Just get into the site and execute. And then Shady loses the key jewel, and, you know, it's the epitome of frustration there. Like, basically, everything was cooking for SemperFi in particular, because that flank was not really heavy. Like, it wasn't a critical round ender sort of flank, as illustrated by Valiance. And then they just lose the key jewels in the site. They win any of those jewels by Shady or Keen on those sites, and they win the round. All they had to do was win one of those jewels, and it's all over. Oh, that's just going to frustrate them to no end. And also not to mention they're all on very, very low HP.
Yeah, they're going to hate. If they end up losing this map, they're going to hate that round. The fact that you just see them all on low HP and you still don't manage HP, like that, that's how close you were to. They're facing defeat in the round, and that's not the way they would have wanted to start the answer back, or at least an attempt. But Elite is doing everything. FengDa are trying to get over the finish line, and SemperFi are still in spawn.
Yeah, I think this is 12-10 unless they can get back in towards doors. And
How did it come to this, Josh?
They do have the utility. Well, that smoke was not well thrown. Now Chen has to guard on a deeper angle, has to flick in like this. Because that smoke is a bit too deep.
And a gap as well,
yeah. That's what I meant. It was a bit too
deep. Leaves this too. They're not going to be aware of that, I don't think. Chen needs to be careful, but they seem pretty certain that they're still sticking around. I don't know if they've just made a noise as well. I'm not too sure why Chen is looking at that floor. But it makes it work, I guess. What do I know? I don't know. I guess that's why I'm casting him. Somehow that works. Someone in the chat, please explain it to me. I'm out of. I've lost full.
It allows him to just jiggle in and out, so he's moving moving instead of being a stationary target for a person to light swing him. That could be it. So he's always moving.
No, I meant the fact that he was just staring at the floor.
Oh, the Zontics formula. You know, he's just doing crosshair lower than usual.
Yeah, he's fine to jiggle like that. That's absolutely fine. But I just don't understand staring at the floor.
Oh.
Unless he knows something I don't.
Look at this. I gotta say, FengDa just turned on the aggression switch, but somehow... Oh no, Buick's got one, might get a second, can't get a second, Shady from behind. Oh no, this is a disaster round from FengDa. They let the Tech-9s through and get up close and personal. Chen King's moving as well, they're gonna attack this. Shady's gonna hear this, so Chen King's a dead man. He doesn't even realize it yet. Keep making noise, and Shady might catch you, and that's exactly it in the shoulder. Chen King thinks he's sneaky peeky like, and he's just shot in the back. I was about to say this should be a hop and skip and a jump for FengDa, and just FengDa have just, I don't know. They fell to the razzle dazzle of the Tech-9s.
I mean, this is Chinese Counter-Strike, right? A round that they did not need to play aggressive at all. They should have known SemperFi's money was terrible. So it was probably going to be a Mach 10 rush or AK's no util, so they have to rush anyway. And they just go and push a main like that. Okay, you get one, but one is not enough if you're conceding half of the map. And you're also giving them the rifle. And now they find themselves in a really sticky position. Like, you've got 2 players with no money, and SemperFi are suddenly favourites.
No, what I was going to say before, they got to be careful not to lose that all. because otherwise they would have had one person working on an MP9. Fortunately, FreeGL keeps it. I gotta say, FengDa there, that's a... They missed a
That's
sitter.
a blunder.
They should have just closed out the game. I was ready to like talk about post game now, like SemperFi, like Crucial Jewels killed them in the end, but now they're back in it. Buick, is he going to be getting the duel hit he wants?
Timing.
Oh, the timing's not good. Buick is a dead man. He doesn't realize it because Savage's going to come in from behind. Ooh, I'm surprised
Now
Savage.
he knows there's 3.
Yep.
They know it's 3, so the bomb's likely going in that direction. They don't have mid either. FengDa know they're in trouble here. They need to try and make a play. PSP a little bit too desperate as he gets caught on the back of the site. 3GL having to back up, gets Molotov out of Temple. And now it's going to be FengDa guessing in this 3v4. Where is that one player going to be that has yet to be seen in the round? That is Keen. Yes, most times it would be a late mid lurk or something, so you can see King checking for that, but they don't have time to play with here. 3GL trying to make something happen, but SemperFi are looking very, very close to getting this one to OT.
Yep, like I say, Savage, great work on FreeGL there as well. Lidexine, he knows one's there, but as he knows Savage is close by, he does. And Lidexine's got 2, but Shady trades out, taking out King, and they know that Lidexine's very, very low. And, well, Shady only fires 1 bullet, puts it to OT. It's going to be 12-12, and we're heading to overtime. And we're going to go for a quick break to get our overtime ready, or we're going to go straight into it, Wix.
No breaks for OT
no break.
over here. That's not how we roll, Josh. We are straight back in the action.
SemperFi, I gotta say, I thought it was 13-10 loss here, but SemperFi, they make miracles work with that Tech 9 buy. As I always say, went behind Tech 9 and it worked. And they're back tied again.
Somehow they made it work, but now you've got to do it all over again in even shorter format than MR12.
You don't know they're on the side. That's the main question here. Savage is coming up huge here, 1 for 1. Savage gets another, and another! Savage in the last 2 rounds, taking out FreeGL as well at Temple to just ice that round. He's everywhere at once, and I don't think they're going to go for
HP.
it. They don't know Savage is that low at Valiance and Shady, so they just have to say they've got no choice. Because if they risk these weapons and they lose the buy round next round, they have no money.
Yeah, well, and they could also potentially be considering a double AWP as well.
Yep.
I don't think we saw it out of them in regulation. So it would be an interesting play to make. You know, you kind of solidify your A site, you solidify your B site as well, because you can just boost the AWP on ramp or long, excuse me, to hold ramp. So yeah, but FreeGL needs to make sure he holds first. He needs to make sure he keeps this.
He's got the Molotov, he's fine. We got to answer for your question of why Mr. King was looking at the ground. Anti-flash position. So he's looking at the ground for anti-flash. He's got his teammate that can cover him from the other side.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a weird anti-flash to me.
It is a weird anti-flash. I think if you're playing anti-flash, just stare at the wall. So you literally can't be flashed whatsoever. Because he could have been pop flash through the door still, even though he was looking down like that.
Oh, they failed the boost there on mid, and Shady would have heard that. Oh, geez, a lot of counter flash has been thrown in, but the nades actually would come up trumps. Keen's been hit by a lot of them. It's a good utility start. FreeGL takes care of Shady anyway, so that's the mid player out of the round. And this is not looking like a good start from SemperFi.
Yeah, and you can really see FengDa have put a lot of focus on making sure the util damage gets down onto lane. As Elite's though, he's out cave. They have not expected it at all, because look at Keen's position. Keen can't believe how he's got here. He's left confused. SemperFi trying to get this one to 14-12, but FengDa continue to find frags. And the CTs, who have been taking the most leads in this game so far, find them the ones now tying this one back up.
Trying to look for an open frag, trying to make a player's going to make a mistake. Valiant's going towards Jaguar. P5PZ ready. Sees a shoulder, still loses the duel. I think that's going to draw all the attention back towards B. Still got 40 seconds to play with here. Keen back onto AWP. He used to be on the AWP. He used to be the primary AWP for this team. Until Alistair came along. King. Ooh. Crucial information. He knows now.
Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. Now he's
Oof.
going to get peaked because the Molotov makes him have to position elsewhere as Valiant holds 3GL. Finds Keen. And now it's a matter of guessing game. Is he going to peak from default or is he going to push? Is he going to leave? 3GL peaking with a 5-7. How does he win the fight? It's going to be 13-all. This one, I have a feeling, Josh, this one's not going to be settled in OT1. I just have that feeling.
Like I say, a bit annoyed there for Valiance. They did a really good 2v4 to try and convert that and get the bomb plant at least. I think Valiance getting a bit annoyed there. The first bullet went off wayward. Valiance played that 1v1 very well. He didn't stay on the bomb side. You know, he crept up on the side instead, trying to be close. Even though FreeGL was aware of it, still good play by Valiance because that's the only play you really can do to have actual options and moves. Because FreeGL is just going to be focusing on that pillar. Aggression coming in once again. I think that smoke or Molotov. Never mind, the smoke's there. Thought it missed, but no, it did hit. Valiance and Shady taking a bit of damage, and now they're vulnerable to the one taps of the M4.
Yeah, FengDa don't want to risk really super aggroing for mid control. They're going to break this smoke to try and set up a frag. 3GL spots the hip of the player, but Shady's the one who comes out on top. 20 HP left, but that's fine. He's got his team the early frag, and Keen finds 2. It's 3 straight kills for SemperFi as Chenking tries to answer back. Not ready for the Alistair Orp late out in mid, and now it's all on one player. And it's the one player that SemperFi highlighted pre-game.
Yep, exactly.
Does that give him the slight advantage over the rest of his teammates in a 1v4 situation?
I was jokingly going to say he should save because FengDa actually did this yesterday where they were backing off an Inferno on the final round and a half. It's like, mate, you got to go for it. Ooh, next time gets a freebie on towards Keen, looking in the opposite direction. Does he have a smoke? No, he doesn't. And Ali, oh man, that's cheeky. He was just sitting there. He was just letting him have a fun
just
play around, eat, playing with his food. Anyways, guys, no break. Okay, just in case you thought there was going to be break. There's no breaks here.
No breaks in OT over here. Absolutely not. That's not how we roll. It may be how others roll, not
Do you
us,
know where the
Josh.
break is? Do we pull the emergency train break or ancient break? Huh? Maybe when we get to OT2.
We'll consider it OT5.
10? Longest map in CS history?
We'll see. SemperFi though, well, I think it's crucial here that they have a solid CT side.
CT side was 6-6.
Yeah. So I guess you consider them favourites at this point, right? They've got the 2-1.
There's always this first round in particular for the leading teams. They can convert it and make it 15. It's huge there.
Oh,
Utility's pretty decent as well. Like, a lot of utility damage. SemperFi, they always just fire those HEs down towards lane. Just in the middle of it, just before Jaguar.
Chenking. Well, they have been quite aggressive on their CT rounds with Ramp. If I recall, Savage making an aggressive play, didn't work out. Keen trying to assert dominance on Jaguar, but they've got 4 CTs here on B. And they're leaving Valiance in mid, well, essentially donut, to try and hold A and mid together in hopes that they can, solidify their B side. Right now, though, they're trying to find info. They don't like the timing. They don't like how long this is taking. So they're trying to see what's going on. And now Valiance has one hell of a task. He hears steps coming towards him. Are they going to come from his left or right? They don't go around. They don't clear him good enough. And he can actually get 2. And that's a big win for SemperFi. Yes, the round's not over yet, but wow, it's looking way easier to win here. All of a sudden, as it's tied back up at 2 apiece, Shady gets a nice piece of timing. Not cleared 2 versus 1. Bomb has to go down. He has to stick. Shady has to swing. And SemperFi have got 2 map points all of a sudden.
The key frag, funnily enough, from Alistair there was just delaying. Oh no, sorry, Valiance there was just delaying. Like he just saved 10 seconds off the clock. Now it turns from 30 seconds to 20 seconds, And they've got to scamper quickly to the side and check angles as well because they have no idea if the A rotates happened to yet or not. And Marek straight away timeout because these are going to be the toughest 2 rounds for FengDa. And more pressure as well because it's their map pick. They lose this map pick. They go to SemperFi's map pick and that ain't looking too flash of Dust 2. And SemperFi will be, you know, riding that momentum as well. Coming off, you know, a very tough, hard-fought map win in particular. Given the fact there were 2 map points down and only had Tech 9s and a Dream. And in fact, both Wix and I were riding SemperFi off because, you know, 2K is just not enough. We couldn't believe that they made it 11 in that stage of the map.
The fact that we're even in OT in itself is mind-blowing. Did not think we'll be here 5 minutes ago.
Definitely.
How quickly this game can turn on you. It's FengDa. Well, if they don't win this map, I think this is a very good chance of a SemperFi 2-0. Considering what we have coming up next.
I do agree. Like, hopefully the young players don't fall, you know, victim to, like, going back into their shell if they do lose this map. Ooh, AXE. Valiant's on a real tight... Oh, that's silly by P5P there. Valiance is going to do this all day, a free K.
Oh, wow.
Shady coming in from Donut. And he's confirmed that no one's there. It's got to be all up to Chen King now. He's got to be able to discern where these pieces are, but he's got no information. SemperFi, cards so close to their chest. Can't even see the corners. You know, can't even see the little corner article. Can you find Alistair? He sees a barrel. Definitely sees barrel, so he knows Ali's there. But this is a trap, because Shady's watching on the other angle.
Yeah. That's never going to be easy.
Yep. And they've seen free GL as well.
Whew.
Ooh, Skinny Kobe. And Ali slams! And SemperFi win the first map overall. And we're going to go to a quick break to get into map number 2 very, very shortly. Lot in Dust 2. And FreeGL and Alistair have been pretty much even. In fact, you know, Ali and FreeGL don't think they've versed each other too much in a straight up AWP duel. Ali's been just picking off to people trying to go in for an early flank or anything like that as well. But also, I want to highlight Valiance's performance overall. Valiance with 27 kills, 18 of those are headshots, so it's a 66 headshot kill ratio, and 6 assists as well. Also, not to mention as well, there's very few clutch scenarios that were won. There's only 2 clutches that were won by either team, so it's 1 each. So these teams, you know, when they get man advantages, they clean them out. That's like basically 30 rounds, not 30 rounds, 29 rounds and only 2 clutch wins, and that's it. Very low ratio.
To just play a retake. They have a decent amount of players towards shorts, but with the smokes still pretty much fresh in the screens and on the server, it's going to be a free plant for SemperFi.
I don't like this.
FengDa
no
are
kids.
going to need to be waiting. And again, we saw them do this on Ancient. Yeah. They do not buy kits. They trust the fact that they're going to get the fights won quick. And the T's defeated as Alistair is preventing any sort of long push coming through. Keen having to hold from T-Spawn does not win that one. The USPs are doing all the talking as of right now. However, 3 straight kills for the T's. A Shady holding CT from Shore as Elite now last left alive in a 1v3. Again, no kit, time ticking, no time is going to be left for him. As Savage cleans up, it's early starts in the map, but SemperFi looking pretty good so far. It felt like they had a good read on what FengDa were going to do because they were straight out long there, Josh, with not much concern whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't think they even threw a flash. I think it was a straight up contact. Big concern here for FengDa. Again, that you can't play retake if you don't have a kill and pistol. Like, especially a 5v5 retake. And also, not to mention as well, trying to retake from CT, that is incredibly difficult in Dust 2. I know you can jump up the short boxes, and that's great and all. Well, not the short boxes, the CT boxes again, without a boost. But it just doesn't work. It's just CT is such a terrible position to retake from. And you just need to buy a kit in that scenario. Like, if you think you're going to go for that, you're going to go for a retake scenario on A, you just have to buy a kit.
Yeah. On a map like Dust 2 as well, I don't necessarily think dualies are that important. Because there's so many long gunfights, especially when you're on CT side, you just prefer to have the USP and just have the ability to one-tap, whereas the dualies, it's a bit more challenging. Valiance, though, opens up the B site. Bomb has been dropped, though, and FengDa know that. FengDa are going to completely group around it. Try and hold this one in numbers. Savage's AK trying to find the MP9s of the CT4 spy. And look out for 3GL on the scout. He's going to reposition eventually, and there's going to be some timing for him to potentially find one of these players. Can't hit the head, does tag, so that's a possibility for the MP9 to find another frag as Buick continues to frag. Out, Valiance says no thank you, and it looks like SemperFi just ready to put this round in the books now.
Yep. Good work with the scout there. Almost got the shot there, but Valiance with the jump. They go for the no-scope, misses the no-scope, and Valiance will punish. Sorry, not Valiance, it was Savage who jumped over. Second round on the board. I do like the scouts on Dust 2. You know, Dust 2, if you get any, tags of the scout, it's just one pistol bullet away. And I thought they were in for a good shout there, but Keen, really, really good at the Mac 10. Not to mention as well, Keen blocking off 5P5 to try and get, P5P. Mixed up the names now. Stopped him from trying to regain middle control, which could have stopped that big execute. And now they notice the 4 spy. They're just going to slap out long. They know they got the flashes. 3GL barely misses a deagle shot. Oh, misses again, but he's going to be Mac 10'd by Keen. And Keen, he's going to be licking his lips. Just jumping around that corner. Oh, jeez, he just doesn't care. P5P, try to see if he can get the rear guard. Can he drop the rear guard? Nah, Valiant's still alive. Now, they've seen 2 players here, so Chen King's going to be aware of this. He wasn't aware of Shady doing that, though.
No. And Deagle one tap. Well, that's going to be a nice kill, but I don't think this AK is going to be allowed to be saved. No Kevlar as well. It's going to be awkward, especially when the T's know where you are, but he's playing Ring Around the Rosie. Is the timing on his side? It might well be. Oh, but he's not going to know there's one suicide. He's not going to know. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. It was looking so good. It looked like he had plot armor for a moment there, but SemperFi do manage to get the AK out of the hands of FengDa. It looks like we're going to get a tech pause. Usually it would say at the top if it is a tactical pause. So yeah, seems like a tech pause. So why don't we give some scores on the doors here, Josh, over across the other streams. We have A, B, C, D streams up for your action for the Asia qualifiers.
Yeah. Let's give you
today.
A heads up.
Yeah, give me.
Yep. Chingus 1-0 up in the series against UR at the moment. At the moment on the second map, 9-6 in UR's favour. Then we got X-Talon, currently 1-0 up against Nomads. Going on to Nomads map pick of Mirage, currently down 8-6, close game. In fact, Nomads were up, I believe, 7-1 at one stage, so X-Talon really clawing it back. And last but not least, Hotu v IHC. And you would expect to be Hotu leading, but no, IHC has scored a bit of an upset on the first map. But Hotu still leading on that map pick, 6-2 at the moment on Mirage.
Sounds like a lot of 3 mappers to me. Of course, if it goes the way they're going, Nomads winning, being 1-0 down.
X-Talon could be a bit close in particular, because that's, it's Mirage. That could go anywhere. But the other ones, look like 3 mappers. You are leading at the moment as well, and also Hotu, because Hotu, they've been very, very dominant, especially in their qualifying games as well. They closed out the Cube in a 13-1, 13-3 fashion, which is a drubbing. But let's get back onto this game. Reach out the AWP, or missed the slap shot. Couldn't stay around there for too long, because the Mac 10 was coming from Keen. And this is just a bonus round, Mac 10 from Valiance. This is just a bonus round for SemperFi, because they've got the money to buy up next round.
And SemperFi are a bit concerned. You can see in the body language of lower tunnels, little do they know there is no one even close.
Yeah.
But the problem is as well, they've given up so much vision on mid. They have to kind of clear this short push. They have to kind of clear the mid push. And now 3GL is waiting for this peak. A little bit too late. Potentially some latency coming into play. We are online. Of course, Pro League, if you do get out of the close qualifiers and qualify. Of course, it's a LAN event, but right now, players just trying to work with the online environment. Big region is the Asian Pacific, Oceania, and
Here
so
comes-
on.
Big win by Chen King. Can he get a second? Does get a second. Shady does win on the site though, so Chen King's in a bit of a pickle. And Shady's eventually going to take care of him as well. Ooh, Savage, through to smoke, takes up P5P. Jeez, that is... Oh, can anyone stop Savage at this stage? He's just doing everything. And the re-smoke comes in. He's probably going to get the headshot too. Ooh, both players tag each other. I don't know how Savage lives there. Maybe through to boxes, the warp shot hit? Because he definitely got hit by something. Bomb's planted for B. FreeGL trying to run, but he's going to be cut off the pass. I think he heard Valiant, so he's able to cut him off. They are all hunting, and I don't think FreeGL's aware. Shady, oh jeez, that's a bit of a stuff up there. Really should have taken out FreeGL there. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, he's under serious pressure here. I think he's going to be able to save. Yeah, Savage having a really good series so far, Josh. He's had a really good start here. Rumor has it Megan Thee Stallion once wrote a song about him. That's what I heard. I don't know, though.
Who said that?
I don't give away my sources.
Who said that? Like, I was just checking chat. If it was Ben, I'm like, nah, don't believe him at all. But yeah, I was a bit worried there, particularly SemperFi were giving away kills. Could have turned a bit brutal, especially if FreeGL had the kid. He could have just made a dash to the bomb.
Marek calling an early timeout here for FengDa as well, so he just wants to make sure. To be honest, Josh, I don't really like timeouts being called on half buys and so on.
Yeah. Well, they kind of got to talk about it here because SemperFi won a bonus round, so
yeah,
they got a few.
I just much prefer just to take the timeout on the buy round. Because now they don't have much time to talk about. What I'm saying is, I'd much rather everyone be on the same page at a buy round than a half buy. You know what
exactly. Well, this is a huge cross. Should get a couple of kills here. And geez, SemperFi all flash. Couldn't find anyone whatsoever. Well. And this is huge on this half buy round. They can get the player blue very easily as well. Savage somehow living a lot longer than he should have. And they've just got everything at this stage. Fortunately, Valiant's had the bomb. They can evacuate. But, oh geez, a missed shot by FreeGL. Hopefully that doesn't let them get back into the round. Now Ali's swinging in and FreeGL takes down Alistair, and that should be the round.
Well, if your half buy rounds are going to look as good as this one after your timeouts, do it. Don't listen to me. I know nothing. This is one hell of an answer from FengDa. Again, maybe just looking through some anti-strat, maybe looking through the files of what they've got on FengDa, because again, Josh, it felt like it was another one of those after timeout rounds where we kind of saw it with the pistol here from SemperFi, where they just felt like they knew what FengDa were going to do. It was the other way round that time, and FengDa just kind of felt like SemperFi were going to fly out long. They sent 4 players there and completely wiped the floor with them.
Yeah. A bit disappointed in particular as well with SemperFi not being able to get a single kill on that long cross in particular. And not to mention they've given all their weapons over to FengDa as well, so they've given FengDa an economy and a win bonus. Valiant catches the plat player and lead X-Dye. Wonder if Chen King's going to try and sneak his way in back to plat. The rotator's already rotated across, and oh geez, since they've got long control, they think it's going to be in B execute 100%. They should have heard that. They should go back to A. They heard them stuffed up jump on Xbox. And FreeGL's just like, where did they go? Are they going towards B? Because the A site's free. The long player's pushing to bedroom. And now they're in a 5v4, a 4v5 retake.
Yeah. Again, FengDa just somehow finding a way to lose to these weird buys from SemperFi.
Oh, not again.
It's one of the reasons how we got to OT in map 1. Valiant's again finding a lineup. Oh, and Buick. Really nice kill as well, but it's all consolation at this point. C4's going to explode again. SemperFi not really in an economic position to chase for the kills, but Valiant is loving life right now.
And
That
ace
is
as
a
well.
clean ace. You would have thought they were on an eco. I can assure you, folks, that was a buy round.
And they were beautiful headshots as well. The only mistake there was obviously FreeGL getting caught in the timing, which is unfortunate, and they inadvertently lined up. But those last 2 kills from Valiants were just chef's kiss, mate. Mwah. I think there was like 4 bullets fired and 2 of them were headshots. For those last 2 kills. So that was beautiful, Ali. This is actually one of the first duels they've had, FreeGL and Ali, until that smoke came up. Ooh, so close.
Double up here for FengDa, so yeah, Chenking missing that shot probably makes SemperFi think that it's 3GL holding mid, so they may choose to just attack it, and then they're gonna realize that all along it was 3GL who's over on a site. There's actually a double up setup, but that's a big first kill for FengDa as well. It hasn't been too great the last 2 rounds or so, the last 3 rounds. They face themselves 1 map down, now 5-1 down on map 2. You need to make sure you just start winning rounds soon. This can't spiral too far out of control. Because FengDa did the exact same thing to Housebets yesterday, where Housebets just found themselves giving up way too many rounds early and were playing basically catch up for the rest of the map, and well, they're not even in this tournament anymore.
Very passive setup from FengDa on the A side. 1 goose. Well, here comes P5P just coming over towards short. And FreeGL holding from car. So sorry, P5P goose, my bad. Progression smoke, I think that's not deep enough. FreeGL's gonna have to adjust that. Misses the first shot. Trying to set up the goose player. P5P's been flashed by his own teammate, unfortunately. Frage being thrown in, they know he's goose now. And FreeGL's gonna have to drop back to mini pit. P5P take a bit of a hit as well. He's trying to guard short. Should be peaked and is. 1 for 1. They'll take that. And ooh, that's the bomb dropped out in the open. They're going to recover it quickly. But they don't recover it. It's time over. Yeah, it's round over.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's an absolute blunder.
I'm a bit confused why they didn't plant it short. Just plant it short in that scenario.
Yeah. Maybe they were scared of a potential like CT player sneaking their way through, but I think they're just overthinking it at that point.
Yeah.
No one's going to be running out of CT to stop a plant which they don't know is even being planted for sure. Yeah, that was maybe just a panic in the moment. Like you're seeing 7 to 8 seconds on the clock. Oh, I just need to plant, and you're just not thinking. I don't know.
FreeGL loses that duel there to Alistair. 2 seconds he would have got that, I reckon. But FreeGL gets legged, and like I say, FreeGL very lucky to be alive. Ali winning that duel in the end with that legging.
And Ali the only person on the server as well here, Josh, that's yet to find a kill after 7 rounds.
It's not like
Ali could really do with getting a kill early because, again, I touched on it last game. He holds himself to very high standards. Obviously, we saw him come out on Twitter, address his concerns of the way he's playing in, was it Dallas, I think, or an event just before. So,
I've not really noticed like Alistair playing that badly to be on 0 kills. I thought he had a kill already. Like it doesn't seem like you know when you know a person's having a terrible game. It just doesn't feel like that for Alistair for me. Here comes a B split, 2 Tech 9s as well. P5P should be able to address this. Nope, the Shady run and gun. Able to trade out, now it's a plat player. And Lead X9 is able to get 2. And that's going to be an abort. And they're going to try and test short instead. Shady pushing up. Spots the player at top middle and wins the duel. It's a critical duel win as well. That means basically FreeGL has to jump up towards short. Ali's just holding the line. So one of the B defenders could pop up. FengDa also playing this very, very passively as well. So deep in towards CT is FreeGL, and I know he's on very little HP. Ali's just going to make a dash to short, unfortunately. FreeGL can hear it. He's not planning it for short. He's actually planning it for long. I wonder how much of impact that's going to have.
Alice is in a really nice spot here. Alice is in a really good spot. He just doesn't know that 3GL's tucked in CT until it's too late. Shady finds out the hard way. Alistair now getting double swung on. Oh, potential collateral opportunity there, but can't connect. And, well, FengDa. This kind of feels very similar to how Ancient was, just flipped the other way around, where FengDa were leading for like 6-7 times on Ancient, and SemperFi just constantly tying the game back up. Now it feels like the opposite way around. SemperFi have got some momentum. Now the momentum's with FengDa. I mean, looking at the buy, if they lose this round, it is probably going to be 5-5 if they can't plant SemperFi. So, yeah, it's dangerous waters for SemperFi right now.
Could be a tech force here. Obviously, I'd say Shady disconnected there. Maybe that's probably why Shady got picked off by 3GL. In particular, I was a bit surprised Shady would peak that, given on 17 HP. Yeah, I could say FengDa starting to rope it back in. I thought that was a good round for SemperFi. They got, that not too much of an investment. They got the bomb plant at least. And they can buy up this round. So I think that was a pretty good round in the end. They'll probably be a bit annoyed with they couldn't steal away around there. Okay, so we're getting advice that was a PC restart for Shady. That's a bit unfortunate having a computer crash, especially in the 2v3 scenario. But I guess they didn't have too much chance winning, but could have won, sort of thing.
You'd much prefer it to happen when you're, spectating. That's for sure.
Yeah, Shady was in that 2v3. I could have crashed before. I'm not terribly too sure.
No, yeah, I'm saying like he'd much have preferred to it have happened whilst he was dead rather than in the clutch.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, what can you do? Again, you just have to continue to think positive. Exactly what I said about SemperFi in map 1. Just have to continue positive thoughts. Yes, it's frustrating. You get momentum, then you lose it. Then you have to claw your way out the hole again to get some back. But the best way to do that is just by staying true to what you know, trusting what you've been practicing, and put it into fruition.
I want to check something for Alistair, because it feels like Alistair's been doing a lot on the server. I'm just surprised he has 0 kills. I'm still staggered. Oh, Ali's got about... Okay, I'm just getting detailed stats quickly. 3 assists, okay. Yep.
This is not a critique of Alistair at all, because I think it works both ways. It doesn't matter what kind of AWP you are.
Yeah.
But I find Alistair, he's a very streaky AWPer. He is... When he's on his day, he is so hard to try and compete with. You can't keep up. He's aggressive. He will take fights that he should never even be thinking about taking, and he wins them. But sometimes it does take, especially when you are a AWPer and you're not on a map like Dust 2, you're not getting the spawn like Chen King has here, for example. If you're not getting these spawns where you can fight long fast and try and win the opener, it is kind of hard to AWP on Dust 2 because there's a good chance that the AWP is somewhere already in position holding your angles. So it could be a bit of that. It could be a bit of the fact that SemperFi, have had Valiants fragging out as well. If there aren't any frags there to be won, then you're also going to struggle to frag out, So SemperFi do have the lead for once on a map, and as I said, the only time they really led on Ancient was in OT. And, it's kind of Dust 2's kind of panned out how I expected it to. Of course, SemperFi, I'm expecting them to be winning the majority of the rifle duels and the AWP duels. But right now, it's Alistair, who, with no disrespect to FengDa, is the best AWPer in the server here. It's the one without a kill. It doesn't make sense.
It is pretty tough, and particularly as Shady gets back into the server. I'm not sure if they're going to have to match medic this, but they're just going to double check to make sure that King's got the right... not King, Shady's got the right money, and I think he does. All around 4.9k and whatnot. They can buy up here, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I think he's good.
Yep. It's going to be a sketchy buy up, but I was going to say, FengDa's economy still looks pretty decent, though. There'll be a timeout being called by by SemperFi. They've got to talk about this because I feel like they've got to get just a check-in after the tech issue to see where FengDa's money's at. Because, like, they're coming in of a full buy, but they also want to know if they win this round, do they break FengDa's money, which is going to be a hard no. They won't.
Yeah.
And they will save.
Well, here we go then. We speak about ATOs in Ancient. They work for both teams very well. The experience of Marek versus the playing experience of SemperFi. Yeah, these are the big rounds here. And again, if you are SemperFi, this is a must-win round in a way because your loss bonus is not big enough yet to be really coming back and answering back with a buy yourself.
I love the Mongols tags as well from SemperFi. They're putting the Mongols tags all around T-Spawn, as you can see there as well. Aliens, he's been doing so well today. Like top fragged in Ancient, having a lot of impact as well on Dust 2, giving the win over to SemperFi on Ancient as well. Lurking around on B. We have a few good B lurks in Australia. We have Crunchy on Mindfreak, who's a very good B lurk on Dust 2. ESL Pro League the last season, he was playing the Mega on a string of the B lurk. At the point when the Mega started putting free players on B. Mindfreak's lost. They just lost a bit of composure towards the end. Australian teams have a distinct lack of composure, especially on LAN and heavy pressure situations.
It's also because it's just so hard to consistently get to tier 1 lands in the region. You know,
Exactly.
It's not like EU. It's tough out there.
Exactly. They got short control though, SemperFi, so they can execute out of short. 3 players on towards the A side for FengDa. 25p, Free GL on the line. Progression smoke coming up, so Free GL's going to have to adjust, and that's going to hit immediately, so Free GL's completely off the line. P5p at Gandalf, what can he do? He take out Alice, and he will. It's going to be 1, it's going to be traded out by Savage immediately. Savage expecting a play at Gandalf. Keen at CT, they can get the bomb down, but the bomb is lost in the cross, and Keen needs to pick it up quickly, and he does. He has to jump up short instead to be safe. Spellions times in, but Keen 1DP defender at least. Let's give you a 2v3 as Keen puts in the digits for short.
Yeah, this is still very winnable for FengDa as well. Man up. Yes, the util is there, but Free Joe, if he's hitting shots like that, oh my gosh. It makes SemperFi's life a lot more difficult as the swing comes through on site from so many angles, and Savage needs to have the spray connect, and now it needs to be clean. 21 HP. Diffuse is going to be stuck with hopes that 3GL can hold the angle. SemperFi and Savage give it up as they allow FengDa to bring this one a little bit closer, but Savage will be coming back, I'd imagine, which is going to be just a solo hero AK.
Yeah, I guess so overall for SemperFi, there's just the 2v3 just Keen just getting clipped by Free GL. They're not expecting it to be that close up. The flash was more important as well. The ramp player should have taken Keen out anyway. Just such good timing. Keen seen a play at middle, and Chen King punishes Keen. That's an interesting shot there as well. The second player actually just planting his feet and taking out Keen after both of them seeing each other at middle.
That's not the first attempt from Chen King in mid as well. And with Chen King getting the AWP kill, that tells SemperFi that they're double AWPing here. So they know if they can win this round, it's going to be very, very costly to the CTs. But they're then going to be looking across the weaponry that they have and trying to figure out how they can give themselves the best chance of winning it. They do have smokes. They do have some flashes. They need to get these Tech 9 or this Tech 9 in Mac 10 in a good position here. But look at this play coming through from P5P.
They're trying to force the rotator to be CT.
Yeah, this should be plant. This should be plant. If they don't plant for short again, I'm gonna scream.
Exactly. P5P gets the opener. Yeah, they're not in good post-plant positions, and that AK falls to the ground. Ooh, great dink so far. Shady. Yeah, just gonna say these post-plants on A in particular from SemperFi aren't really that strong. And FengDa just got really good retake protocols. There's a 2-for-1 trade in the end, actually a 3-for-1 trade in the favor of FengDa. These protocols on the post-plant Because FengDa's giving them no room to breathe. Like, they can't even get into post-plant scenarios half the time. They're just already dead or already being heavily pressured.
Yeah, that's a small W for SemperFi. Yes, it's 5-5 now, but the fact they get the plant there is actually quite big for the remainder of the first half. They get a buyout here. Savage is going to have some leftover money. If SemperFi can win it, well, of course, they're going to have a buy again in the last round of the half. If they lose, and as long as they get a few kills here and there, they're still going to have enough money to buy up for the majority of the team. So, yeah, that's a good plant there. A big swing in buys. Shady finds the opener. That's a few rounds in a row where FengDa have managed to find the first blood. This time it's SemperFi to answer, and that's the first 2 bloods of the round. PSP trying to play around this smoke. SemperFi not going to be ready for that one. I don't blame them. But now, well, it's up to Keen and Co to try and execute on this one-man army that sits on B. It's 3 straight kills as Keen is last left in a 1v3, makes it a 1v1. But that's a huge win for FengDa, a huge loss it feels for SemperFi mentally, because they had the 5v3, they had the solo player where they wanted him on site, Josh, but they still couldn't capitalize on it.
Yeah, that round loss hurts a lot. Lead X9 all by himself, gets a free K, gets the third player as well. The third player can't trade out. Keen trades out in the end. And Keen, he got 2 kills of his own. He almost converted it as well, but the first tap wasn't a headshot. And he knew right away he had to get a headshot.
And that's exactly what you want to see out the Bianca. Make those sorts of plays, not just get the 1 kill. Get 2+, and here he is again! Oh my god, Elite doing everything on the B site, and some way, somehow, FengDa find the final 6 rounds of the first half to give themselves a 7-5 scoreline. We are going to a very quick break, folks. Don't go anywhere. There could be a twist in this one still.
We're back with the second half of FengDa v SemperFi, and SemperFi, they've got a slender deficit to make up on the map. Big and FengDa, what a great recovery on their CT side to put it 7-5, given the fact they were 5-0 down at one stage. They've won 7 in a row. showing a few tech issues. They're all resolved now before we get the pistol round underway. Yeah, like I say, SemperFi did win the pistol round and went on a bit of a run. Out on the CT side in particular. Now, FengDa, at least they don't have to buy a kit this time. They have to get into another 5v5 plant this time. And no kit on for SemperFi as well. Both teams are electing to put no kit.
Yeah, you're seeing this Dooley's Kevlar come out way often now. Way more often. Alistair being selfless, buys the flash and the Dooley's over for his teammates, whilst Buick eats a HE. 3GL taking some damage as well. The USP taps away, but look at this. That's an interesting push from Shady. Oh, Keen, hello, goodbye. As, well, that's first blood. SemperFi once more.
Spread it out though. P250 doing a bit of damage. Now he has to actually have a bit of fights down there and towards tunnels as well. Shady takes down Lead X9. Now this is hearing a lot of movement as well, getting a lot of information. He's telling his teammate, mate, they're coming up short, and they'll come in behind them. You just get towards ramp. Savage can't make it towards ramp in the end. He goes for the pot shot. And I gotta say, Shenking's not thinking about it, or is he thinking about it? Because he's thinking about someone hurt them, and Alistair gets his first kill of the match. And Alistair gets the second kill of the match as well. He doubles up. And that's gonna be a 6th round for SemperFi. I gotta say, that round was won by Alistair in particular. By getting the key information. Savage is able to go for a pot shot. And then FengDa just completely unaware that Alistair's just right behind them.
Right, when it comes to the end of the map, Josh, just remember, Alistair was 0-10 without a kill in the first half.
Exactly.
I will be shocked if his KD ratio stays anywhere near what it is now he's on the board.
Yeah. Well, people are running into him now, so I hope so.
Yeah.
Because
Brings
an
out
AWP
the M4 here.
Yeah, the AWP is sometimes just really difficult on T side because no one's running at you. Keen on short, nothing being revealed as of yet. Looking towards middle to see in the mid peak. Gotta be a bit careful here being super aggressive. But Shady gets one, might get the second, does get the second. Ali follows up the third, Keen follows up the fourth, and this is looking very, very good. 7-7, all tied up. And they kept all 5 alive as well.
Yeah, that's a huge W as well. Again, we're seeing in this series that second round after the first round after the pistol, both these teams just opting to play very minimalized risk style, you know, buying up 4 rifles is not recommended in most coaches, but you're seeing why they're doing it here. They're capitalizing on them. But now, again, you lose this round if you SemperFi. You're still not out the woods. So yeah, this round, massive in the climate of this map.
Good early information by
Potentially
Alex.
as well.
He saw the AWP there, so he's aware that there's some presence in here. He's just pre-firing to get the AWP off the angle. That's drawn the rotator over in being Alistair. Shady on an aggressive angle as well, looking towards short. HE being thrown in. Savage has got one and the bomb. Might get a second. Needs to get a second. Does. Bomb's lost on short, by the way. Shady's piled up. They need to fight for this bomb, and it doesn't succeed here for FengDa. And it's just Lead X9 left over. And the bomb's just in a terrible position. You can see it on short. It's really hard to recover that position. You have to win that duel, but unfortunately, SemperFi should have 8 here unless Lead X9 does something miraculous, which Shady's going to just put him in a coffin, and that's it. And SemperFi lead once again. A quick free rounder. You blink and you miss it.
Yeah, that's an interesting 2 rounds there from SemperFi as well. You have seen on both rounds now where they want to pay so much attention to short, and they're playing so aggressive. They're peeking from doors and short at the same time, trying to deal with a lower tunnel push, trying to deal with the short push early in rounds, and that could potentially be something that they have seen out of FengDa previously. I guess we will never know.
Exactly, I was going to agree with that. Like,
yeah, they have
aggressive.
paid a lot of attention. Like Keen making this play, it helps as well when you're also playing really well, right? You can be confident to take these peaks in mid against the Deagles. But yeah, it's definitely something to keep an eye on as Alistair really paying attention to mid as well. Nice nade. Yeah, this is the Alistair we know. He's hitting shots through walls now.
Got the elbow, easy. Buick goes down. Now it's all up to P5P. Can he get the 1 dig? Go for the wall bang as well. Keen Getting a bit greedy. No, he's just thinking someone's nearby. Just a Deags left, and Deagles can be... Oh, jeez, I gotta say, Ali was shocked about that one. I gotta say, people venting all these new angles or these new pixel gaps as well. It's really good to see another P5P1 Deag. Ali's just gonna back off. You don't want to give it... You don't want to make it a 2v2 or give extra weapons away.
Yeah, this is big from Savage, though. We've seen him do it on Ancient. Big plays, big plays. The timing is awful. And SemperFi aren't going to know if they're in tunnels or not as well. I don't think they're ever going to...
Oh, they've heard it now.
They've heard it. Yep, they've heard it. So this is going to be a plan. I'm not sure, but it's kudos to FengDa for expecting it, as the Eagles now still try to find the final two. Savage's gun, well, you could see in the body language they really want to get it in their hands, or are they going to double swing the player in CT? But now they need to get out of CT to try and defend the bomb again. Alistair's left in a 1v2. P5P with a Deagle and a Dream makes them come true. We are tied up again. And once again, in another chapter, there's another twist in the tale. We have seen more twists in this game than a Black Mirror episode. This is getting freaky.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta say, overall, the 1-digs, you know, those 1-digs earlier, I'm just like, oh, they could be of no consequence. And then, basically, on the execute, 1-dig Savage, and I'm like, yeah, this is a round ender here. And I think Savage going out there should have really just played the 3v2 as it is and not get 1-dig there. But, you know, he was caught in two minds. He had an opportunity. The smoke hadn't bloomed yet, and one of the players just wide swung him. And, you know, if he fired the gun or bullet a bit earlier, may have won that duel, but he was caught in two minds whether to go for it or just retreat. I think in the end, the right option was to just retreat and wait for his teammates to come in.
Yeah, Coach Marek for FengDa here has called timeout after his team has won a crazy round. Maybe, I mean, I would assume, and you shouldn't usually assume, Josh, because you make an ass out of you and me. But in terms of what that timeout tells me, is that they want to try and see what this economy's like for SemperFi. Try and do the maths. Try and think about the kills that they found with what weapons. Most of them have been with M4s. And that early long play tells me they thought the SemperFi buy was a little bit weaker.
Well, they found out.
What it is.
They found out what the buy was.
Found out, yeah. You're not wrong.
2 bullets to the head. And also a team kill. 5v3. Now, SemperFi just had to close this one out. The other round they didn't close out. Savage is diving a bit deeper down. P5P ready. And he's sharp. Or at least one back. And it's also an untradeable one as well. Trying to keep all these players on high alert. If they can just poke and pull and stretch them around for SemperFi, they might be able to win this 3v4. And that's going to be heard though. So the B players are going to be on ultra high alert. Smoke can be thrown in towards tunnels, but they're going to ignore that and go. Now from behind should be one, maybe. Well, it's a 1-for-1 so far. Somehow Shetty's still alive. Ali's heavily tagged up P5P there. P5P's going to run to try and basically keep the bomb safe. Because Shetty knows his teammate isn't there yet.
Yeah, they don't need to go here. They do not need to go. They cannot make the same mistakes they did last round, Josh, where one player goes in too early. But the HE is actually going to turn this into a 2v2, whether SemperFi like it or not. Alistair, oh, that's the shot that they were looking for. That's the Alistair we've been asking for so far. But they need to find the last player, and it's 3GL. Out of all of the possible players, this is the last one, or one of the last ones you want to be up against in a 2 versus 1, because he can make magic happen, but it's not going to be the time. The defuse is going to come in for Alistair. This one's going to be a close one, but it's not going to be close enough. It's the fuse. Oh, my heart dropped for a moment there for SemperFi, but they take the lead back.
Same. That was like, I'm like, oh, maybe he doesn't have enough time. Maybe he should have bought a kit. There's no kits on site as well, so he had to go for it. But I gotta say, that was a really, really good 3v2 retake on the B side, because the B side's notoriously hard to retake. But Alistair, he made the magic happen. He did it. Can he make it happen again? Get a quick mid-peak. But SemperFi particularly, they got to close these rounds out. There's too many times that these rounds have got obnoxiously close for no reason. Like with a 2-player advantage as well. I know 5v3 is like a cursed man advantage scenario, but they really need to be able to close out these rounds. did X9. The main threat, they said SemperFi, was him. Shady. Ooh. It's only being defended by Savage now. Savage only got an MP9 on a long angle.
Shady just needs to stay patient.
Mm-hmm.
Savage is going to try and help him clear the close angle, and Keen's just getting peeked on long one by one. They try and peek, and well, it's an absolute massacre on A long. The long player does eventually fall as well. Yeah, that's one of the furthest rounds apart than we've seen.
Yeah,
this whole game, it feels like.
Yeah, because I talked about it earlier, and it was just like, SemperFi aren't closing these rounds out. They get very, very close. That was just a get the F out, stay down, pedal to the metal. And they needed that because basically FengDa was always finding ways to get back into rounds. It's like a water, just like water. It always seeps through somehow, bit by bit, drip by drip. This is Ancient all over again, Wix. I'm feeling it here. This is probably going to get to 24 rounds, even OT.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Ancient was 10-8 to FengDa. Then it went to 10-10. Then it went 12-10 to FengDa. Got an OT victory. Then 13.
You told me.
I was 0-10. He's now 10-2 since I've said that. He is a streaky player. He always has been.
Oh, he just didn't see the hit. Oh, that's unfortunate. But Ali, dude, he's on.
He's feeling it.
Yep. And Keen.
Keen.
Oh
no!
That's a bit of damage at least. And a follow-up from Savage can at least get one at least, but it restores a 3v3. I think it's left to maybe they're not sure whether to go A or B because both of those players are A players. So that's a hard one. And they're gonna go A instead and do back their judgment on it. It's just like, yeah, this is where you go A because you've killed two A players who did the flank from long. Oh, they're gonna hear that though. Valence is gonna be like, guys, 2 steps A,
Yeah,
or B.
They're taking a lot of information long here too, and with the fact that Valiance is going to be hearing the smokes in mid, that's usually only ever meaning B.
It's a bad smoke in
fact,
B as well.
that smoke's missed. Where was it intended for? I'm not too sure. Maybe a deep smoke to make them think that they're pushing long, which is only going to force the long players to try and get information here with a push. And once again, Shady with a long push has got all the information that they need, and Valiance is on the quick flank, and I'm not sure if FengDa are going to be ready for him to be so close here. Do they choose to double up here and double flank and swing together, or is Valiance going to go first? Shady's going to give a bit of timing in hopes that FengDa completely disregard it. Let's see. No, they're both going. They're both showing presence. They're sending it. SemperFi trying to get into the site. Alistair's been mollied out, and I don't think they can go. Valiance loses his head. And I think FengDa just hold on to the site here. SemperFi not feeling comfortable to go for it. Alistair with a rare miss. Love to have that one back as well. And now he has to get the head out of there, yeah? He's going to survive. He's going to keep this round 20 competitive in terms of equipment value. I mean, double AWPs. They've got an M4 dropped over. Expect Keen. What's his spawn? Ooh.
I'm just gonna say that round was
try
just
and go for suicide, maybe.
Maybe that round was just won and lost on the backstab, just not yielding anything. I know Savage got to trade out in the end, but you need to at least even out the numbers.
No,
It can't be a 2-for-1.
Is he going to aggro push tunnels here with the AWP? You know Keen loves to be aggressive. We've seen it on short all CT sides so far. And now you can see he really wants to peek with his AWP. He feels unstoppable. But, oh, that's going to hurt. A fantastic shot, a fantastic peek from Elite. And, well, now FengDa, they decide, well, Keen's dead. He's usually the short player here, so short's open. They're going to go and check it out.
Oh, geez, Shady losing the duel there, and that's not great. Valence got the AWP as well. Grabs Chen King, that's a huge pick as well. Now I can just reset here, FengDa. They don't have to commit anywhere yet. They've got B.
Ooh.
The next time should take out Valiance for nothing. Whereas Valiant's going to check back.
Valiance, there's no way Valiance clears this. Valiant's going to be aware that it's a possibility that someone can walk out, but yeah, he's just going to reposition because of it. He's not going to clear it. He's just going to reposition. So he can't be killed from it. And now you're in the heat of battle. He missteps and he's out of position. Savage knows this player's stuck towards Xbox. Does get the kill without much problem. But again, it's SemperFi find themselves in a disadvantageous position. Another retake. And like I said, Josh, we seen it on Ancient. One team leading 10-8. It comes back to 10-10. Does that mean that SemperFi now go 12-10?
Potentially, but yeah, money, pretty shot. They keep 2 weapons at least.
And let's not forget as well, when it was 10-10, FengDa were on the ropes, weren't they, after losing 2 straight rounds? They had a really weird buy. I think it was 1 M4 and some pistols. And they win the round, and then they go on to get a couple map points, lose them. And SemperFi kind of feel like they're in the same position here. Like, not every player's going to have a good gun here. Savage has an AK, Alistair has a Zorb, but Valiant's a 5-7 with a bit of util to stop a rush. Shady's on an MP9 and no helmet, which is not the biggest problem against the AKs. This is not going to be easy, but it's going to be easier if Ali continues to do that.
Now, a lot of pressure here on A at Car. They're going to molly it out. If the molly doesn't go there, it's great for Keen. If it does, Keen's got 1. Should be mollied out. Keen is going to get another fight in the Sherry. I don't think he does get another fight. He wins the duel as well. I don't know how he's winning it at the moment. Quick trade from Valiance. And Valiance is winning with the 5-7 at range as well. And you know what? I think this is...
I mean, am I on to something?
I think this is Ancient, but Dust 2 skinned at the moment.
And the teams are the opposite way around.
Yeah.
They've logged into each other's accounts.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't understand. Am I on to something here? Someone in chat tell me, please.
The aggression as well from Ali was even more aggressive. Richie on the boost. Oh, he's gonna be Jimmy. That's baiting. He knew it. Ali knew it as well. They were feeling that was gonna be a boost there, given that Ali went super aggressive. And FreeGL just takes the bait on Shady peeking. He looks down, so Ali has the advantage. He's got another at middle. Oh, jeez.
You can just see from his POV, he's just so much more confident in his read now. He knows he's going to get peeked in suicide. He knows he's going to get peeked closed doors. Didn't quite know the flash was coming though, but Shady not in a position to help as he was blinded as well. But yeah, solid start for the round for Alistair. This is what SemperFi need to build off from. And they need to kind of finish off where Alistair started. But again, another close round which can go either way.
This is the worst part here. Shady's got all this utility, but he's trapped in here. So he can't throw any utility, otherwise it's going to take him out. And both players are long as well, so Short is wide open for a landing to end Short. But Shady can't do anything. He can't throw any smokes or anything like that as well. Now they're going to push
again, Josh. They're giving up Short. They're going to clear out long. Last time they did this, it ended up finishing on A. And now they know. It's again exactly the same thing. The CT players here, the guys going up short. They're going to have a retake player from long. But Buick's 1 step ahead right now. He knows the timing, but 15 seconds left of the clock, and the bomb is not committing to the site. The bomb is playing for the kills. That bomb needs to get a shift on. Get your heelys on. Get to the site as fast as you can, because Savage is there trying to stop you. 6 seconds left. Bomb has to be stuck. Valiance has to transfer. The bomb goes down, but SemperFi hold on. The bomb's going to be defused. FengDa, they should have some money because of the plant here. But SemperFi get themselves 2 map points. It's 12-10 SemperFi. So, if anything, if this continues to be like Ancient, FengDa find a way to win here with Tech 9s and bare bones.
But they should have
and it goes 12-12.
They have an AK and Galil, so no Tech 9s this time since they got the bomb plant. SemperFi.
Yeah, they go for the Mac 10 instead.
Oh, good scout shot by FengDa. Tags up Valiance. Valiance has been a thorn in their side. Alistair does have the AWP, but they're not going to go for the bait this time around. They put Alistair on long. FengDa all chips in. If they lose this round, they're going down to the lower bracket. And well, let's give you a dogfight in the lower bracket. We all know that much. SemperFi, 1 round away from facing the winner of Hotu and IHC. They clean 2-0 as well.
Mention that as well. Obviously, double elim today.
Mm-hmm.
FengDa, yeah, they're staring down the face of defeat here, but they will know that they have another game to play today, no matter what. So,
scout shot misses. Ali's just going to throw it a HE. No, he's actually going to hesitate. That would have been a beautiful HE. Funnily enough, this spot for Ali in particular, he won ESL Challenger DreamHack ESL Challenger.
Oh,
he won it from this position. Took out Crimbo on the site on the T side, so he's very familiar with this position. Won an important 1v2. Keen.
Oh, did I know?
Got
They
1, 2, 3.
Oh my god! How does the first kill come through? A bit of luck, a bit of fortune maybe, but that could be the nail in the coffin for FengDa here, Josh.
Yep, Valiance has to go back. Lead X9 gets a kill, and they're going to rotate over towards B. Valiance is going to play an unpredictable position. Ali from behind, betrayed up by FengDa. And FengDa knows the player's here somewhere, but doesn't know where Valiance is. But Valiance, so clean. 2-tap, 13-10. SemperFi win 2-0. And SemperFi must be just so happy at the moment because they're just like 2-0. They grinded out this BO3. They must have been very, very happy with it overall.